Now, I picked out one day at random this month. It is the 23rd. On that day, official figures, Home Office figures, suggest that 385 people were detected arriving on Britain's shores in small boats from the continent. Some could end up living here, a place that housed the dam busters and later the Red Arrows in its glory years. Porter cabins moved in on site last week. Up to 2,000 men are due this autumn. They will never have heard of Scampton, but today the government held a charm offensive meeting near Louth, near Lincoln, with security on the door to try and convince people to accept what is about to happen. Our reporter Jo Makel wasn't allowed in to the meeting, but here is what she found out.
This was the first chance for people living closest to the former RAF Scampton to speak directly to the Home Office.
How are you feeling about today's meeting?
It'll be very interesting. Could be heated. We'll see.
I almost feel that we're just an oversight. We're not important.
Press were not allowed inside, but each meeting had 100 seats for residents, though we heard the first 3 meetings were less than half full. The short notice, online booking system, the fact that meetings were in work time and school holidays were all blamed. Greg left his meeting early.
They're only prepared to talk about the accommodation and the fact that it's happening. So what's the value in me looking after my heritage when the decision's been made that RAF Scampton is what it's to be? It's a sham.
Well, we're not allowed outside the main building where the meeting's taking place, so it's a case of waiting at the gates and trying to stop the traffic.
Not many people did stop, but those that did seemed disappointed.
They've got no risk assessments. It's just abysmal, really.
If you don't mind me saying, you look quite upset, actually.
Yeah, I am, because, you know, you ask them the questions and they just haven't got the answers.
It was pretty much a waste of time, quite frankly. All the Home Office are interested in are the asylum seekers. There is no reassurance whatsoever for any of the residents in any of the questions we've brought up.
Campaigner Sarah Carter told journalists they learned for the first time the site expects to be at full capacity with 2,000 men by Christmas.
What's your summation of what you've heard and seen so far?
A box ticking exercise. They've just come to, we've engaged with the public. They've not actually said anything that we didn't already know, or that sort of makes people feel any more secure, safe and understood and heard.
A Home Office statement repeated the view that using former military sites is cheaper and better than hotels. It says it's listening to local communities. The local council is still hoping to stop the Scampton plans through the courts. Jo Makel, BBC Look North.
Well, Sally Grinrod-Smith is the Director of Planning at West Lindsey Council, which serves the Scampton area. Sally, people walking out of this meeting, they know it's all over, don't they? This is just a charm offensive by the Home Office. You've got to give up now, haven't you?
Absolutely not, Peter. I think you know, we've spoken at length. There's a judicial review pending. We've got strong grounds and we will continue to fight the Home Office proposal. Are
you really fighting on? Work has started. Today's meeting was really about discussing the accommodation itself. It's over, isn't it? It's done.
They're still only doing survey work on site. There's a lot of survey work happening. They have no firm plans for how they're going to deliver this, and we do not believe they should commence any development ahead of the judicial review.
So you're going to fight on, to clarify?
Absolutely.
What do you say to the residents of Scampton who've been protesting and campaigning? Should they carry on, or should they fold up their clown outfits and their placards and go home?
I think the residents are doing a fantastic job of raising what is a really important issue within our local community.
A plan for Scampton as a heritage centre. Would there still have been these protests? In other words, is it about losing the heritage centre or not wanting asylum seekers in Lincoln there?
I think the West Lindsey District Council have been very clear that this is about losing £300 million of investment.
Can you win this? Realistically, can you win it? And why? Yeah, people wandering out of the meeting, they've had enough. They know the game is up.
We wouldn't have been granted permission to progress to judicial review on 3 firm grounds with other parties if there wasn't a genuine case to be answered.
In a word, will you win?
We've got very good chance to win.
Sally Grimrod-Smith, good to talk to you tonight. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Peter.
And just to say, we have asked the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, to appear on the programme to talk about Scampton. An official in her office said that she wouldn't be available, but was unable to offer any reason why not. As you know, we've followed this story right from the start. We'll continue to do so. If you're in the Scampton area and you have a view after what you've heard today, maybe you were at the meeting, maybe you want to comment after the chat there with the council. If you want to get in touch, it's not too late. You know where we are.